Game, the one that we are looking forward to now, is the minor match between Cork and Kilkenny. Commentary on that game today is provided by Marty Morrissey, and first, Micheál O'Shea.
Gurmahagat Michael agus tána fórna mohéir báid gitsa Kilkenny agus Cork a bóla le chéile sa chluthe lechanis den giad u riamh bhfuil le chéile sa chréibh chomórtas cúig bhauta díags na chluthaí canis iad le go léir go dísa agus an bhecht déanta go Cork na bhauta an aig Kilkenny sé bhauta. Se héad fuirin Kilkenny gitsa fuirin anna láidir tá siad anna hóchasach fad asta cosantóidí anna réanacha John Phelan is cúpla éisin le canar a ha gimmer tuas sa meas na dusathe an PJ Delaney Ashley, Lord Parker, Michael Welch, agus Shane Hennessy, agus Shahid na Tusahe, Willie O'Dwyer, a gimid Anna Vaherfad, a Mike Loch Garman, agus Connor Phelan, mar a bhís rá istig sa chuine, a Lasmuda, Martin, Níl an Royal agus sin loha, ach Jehoid, Connor, agus John, agus an Dá Dowling, Robbie, agus Brian, all edit a welle, Sinead, Furin, Kilkenny, agus Shahid and so Connor Phelan, Cúpla, le John, an Lán Holy, edit a welle, Furin Corcaí, Bíidir súd anna óchasach im léana gur bíad hénig a bhuach craibh na héire ní masin a bhí bhuaig buachara a gréibh na mún bhuaig tabradárnara ach sehéad chuirin jefidúla nubacha cúgur defidúla nub náibh a gimmert a gréibh na mún iad neastathe go mór Cianach na chúid a gimmert Selina Lán chúil agus John Gardner lasmuda Jehoid Cian le marca bhí gimmert na rig John Gardner gimmar sé siúts na chluhír fadan na rig a chabháin tréibh na héirean agus ní raibh seán na gréibh na mún bhí sé gorstaithe an bhirt Lord Parker, Kevin Hartnett, Brian Smitty ógan óhin a ríist chuin imre an bhíon se chúin Darnálaí maithe Hartnett chomá a comórta sí faoi ís buitige agus an dá Kieran Murphy an peledóid Kieran Murphy a bhí gimmert na rig an taon duine go bhfuil bán ile éirean aige a bán peled ar nó haige Kieran ó éan zón an parallel a Crínaim se hór na fórna fuair sé siú dó cehead a gréibh na héirean an idig héana chéine gan aig lemini im líana agus Tomás ó léirí dar nó Macta Cheánaí a bhuaig an chréibh tí bhauta as a chéile agus é gimmert sin éon captéin na fórna tá trí chréibh minúid chuntéige agus Peter Morgan Mac Jahar le Billy Morgan é siúd agus satente ó helpín dar nó Jahar de chean óg ó helpín Stephen O'Sullivan agus Peter Morgan berste gimmer den giadúid an aig Loch Garman sníad na Corcaí agus cahab na tingin I bhuitecha bhí sé a gimmert ó héamh na láimh diise go taobh na láimh clé agus an éanach limsa an tá Marty Morrissey.
Ramina Magat, Vahil, certainly Cork are coming here very, very determined, of course. They've come the scenic route, losing the Munster final, but gaining a rather psychological victory as well as an actual victory over Wexford. Eamon Morris, a very young referee and a man that's making quite a reputation for himself in refereeing circles, and it's good to see him getting an All-Ireland semi-final here this afternoon.
Agus an fád go rás fad teis immer de léine anna chudéir an ebridianta tra honna réad atá ag fuirin fád go Croke agus na slúite a bhailúisteach chuin a bheit féchant na minúid agus a bhaid na heimsire na sínsir agus sníad moltóid an son Eamon Morris pell agus a mánaíoch dá gimmert go siúd ar nó le St. Finian so sort cholam cille agus mohalá pád go láthar na huide Michael Welch agus Shane Hennessy the Kilkenny tréimecha éan buite go súd le pláiste chiaráin an na gcuineh Kevin Hartnett agus Brian Smitty Kevin agus an clogad bá nach chahabhaige mar a bhís a rá comórta sí faoi ís Darnálaíochta buite ag siúd agus Brian Smitty an slitar caitisteach agus Corcaí go dtíarach dul an ónsaí ach Tomás Welch hir a cosint an son réabhfuil éan aige le pláiste chiaráin Dierig, Dierig I Wallastach gedi Robbie Dowling, Michi Wigshoe, Tachta Gouda, Shane Hennessy, Stachalarsli gedi Willie O'Dwyer, Gimmer Shoe, the Rig, Head House and Ig Loch Garman, Vaishek Kit scored, and Kit scored again, Willie O'Dwyer.
Very good play by Willie O'Dwyer, getting away from his direct opponent John Gardner, who's from the Napirshy club in the north side of Cork City. Good ball, very quick ball inside, which gave O'Dwyer the chance to make the space and indeed take the opportunity. Good score.
Martin Coleman, Mac de Vartin, if he wake tree crave, Eden as a kale, Sahol, I guess the whole of the Ahead Homa, went to Macajo Law Podke, I guess Dollar Joe and Clitted. Kevin Hartnett, Wilter Stachke, Tomás O'Leary, a Bachta Stigginson to get Tomás Welch. Plan of my dient to get Moss, Shahet Tachtamach, Jerry O'Mahony. Newtown Shandram, Water Suit, Crave Hunted, and Gid Walter Reeve, and the Dick Vision on the Dick, I shall give a Christmas Shin to Liana, Agus Puxer Gnohiga.
Interesting to see that Tomas Walsh, the left half back for Kilkenny, has won the first 2 balls into his area, beating Kieran Murphy, the man that's coming back from suspension after a 3-month suspension. A lot expected from Murphy, but Tomas Walsh doing very well in the beginning.
An Cartagat Marty, agus Shahe John Gardner, Yimmer Shena Cluhi, Ilya the Horkiganic, a Havain Crave na Hayden, near She Alm, the Crave the Moon, a Hided the Liana, Visha Gortehe, Osna Pierstic, Farana Lloyded, Counson Builtig, agus well in Seo, Count Mihe, or Moss Welshitson, Mihish Daxahuine, agus Shahe Satanto Halpine, Satante, Eric Schliegen of the Hen, Godas Harnash, Goody Kevin Hartnett, Shahe Kevin, and Afterstach, Shansiga Kevin, Near Wilshen Counson, Rova. That post, the Joe the Carnoige, Agus Dish get Kieran Murphy, Agus Builte Lagirach, David Herity, Derek Tachtamach, Shahe David, Schlitter and Hamonige, Wacharasu, the Grave, Vina Hayden, Emliana, Puxer and Son, Agus Dish, Ege Cork, Kieran Murphy Stocha, a Hena for his shaft time, she hit Kieran Gadisa, for Sheshud, Hoboide, Agus Herifinte, and Igna Gali. So Crave Canashanarik, a force, be it an Ralevi Burkoch, Green Aimshahoid, Iran Horkoi, and Da Hiran, a Gamers Darno, and Parale, a Gimerian Tel Homa, Leshagunte, Marigimerian Tour, that's the cousin Toidi, Michael Proud, Kian O'Connor, Agus John Gardner, Shahe Kieran Murphy, Agus and Counson, Wilte, Begonin Beader, and Hebna Lava Clay, Martin.
Most unusual style of free taking there. Kieran Murphy has been most impressive in all the games. He scored 111 against Limerick on the 9th of May, and so far top scorer for Cork with 127. But it's interesting just to see his style, Mian.
Agus on Pokamachansa, Wilte, Mama, Harris Lord the Park, get Anna Waller Reach to get John Gardner, Farana Lloyded, Wilte Geshin, it's own Tavlin, a Shahet Mosoleri. Mark County, Captain the phone, Yerach stuff, Sarah Higgadas and son get PJ Delaney, Agus Puxlassa, if again the Horkig, Brian Smitty, a Hokig Council.
One of the great skills of hurling shown here by PJ Delaney. Wonderful blocked out.
PJ, that no Nilian Royalage, Le JJ, and Nilian Royalage, Le PJ, and Timidor Shinshid, Gorstich, Agus an Tapahige Hennig, Ishin Dienta Anavahige, that no Yimmershele Card Skull and the Kilkenny, Wick Kiri, Cred Nuna Credera, a grave no Hayden, Caharansa, Dunwidden, a Lee Kiri, a grave Card Skull and the Hayden, Achshot Puck Tavline, the Podrick Holden, Aralevi Gimmer, Card Skull and the Kilkenny, Sarah a lot Podke and son, they get Kevin Hartnett. Will to get Asa Stachig at Moss O'Leary, and reached Winter of Moss O'Leary, good glow to get Moss Welsh. Moss, I guess, Gimmer Tanava, Maravi Marty Roddy, Will to Shear, I guess, Shahid Kilkenny, a dollar in Unsea, a cousin to Horkwick, Shane Murphy, Will to Gamahige, a Mach Biddy, Right Smiddy, a Winter, I guess, Shahid Connor Phelan, Will to get Connor, I guess, Will to in the live edition, Connor, Maravi Saraliv, Kupla, a Hennig, I guess, a long holy John. Martin Coleman, an encounter of Wallamach. It's old Trevna Live Clay. Macht good glow to Erfats and Iron Son again. Michael Rice. Achamihamach Harish at Devline, then you're a Huger or lost to here on and wake Trevna Hayden, Trevna Militia and the Dick. Achshahe Brian Smitty. Brian agus Kevin a choilachí in Counson bhainte go honcaige ógan óhan chanimar ach sciupathe an dalamh an son mar sin Puxer do Chorcaig agus deise Kieran Murphy an chiad scór a gháil an sa do Chorcaig. Ábhíon lasmod an lína cúgveadar agus dachan. Shahe Kieran Murphy. With Asa Stachanson again, Peter Morgan, Mac Jahar the Billy Morgan, Ach Sarah Higglute, get PJ Delaney, Agasana Lana, get PJ, and like Michael Proute, Nivai, Michael Darno, and Gimid, Snakoria Lachan, Igna Hastrale, where she Emidois, na bliana an rig sna Corialacha fé 7 bliana diag Teledoid mar vis rá hen John Gardner Cian O'Connor agus Kieran Murphy with Kiriora a great na moon Kevin Hartnett on the tallow Moss O'Leary agus Kieran Murphy ac hys y clir I chéile fachta ge Martin Phelan Wilte Machtshire on Lawn Foley Cian O'Connor the Ahershood in the Cool Michael O'Connor with a quick Cork Siki as a chéile agus the higher mark Gimmer clish na Teledoidi agus clish na Hamanahe Hammer ha Cianam Leana Jeshitson get Peter Morgan Machgadi Moss O'Leary agus dienta go glóte punte goharish to get PJ Delaney Stachanish gadi an Lantasach Emmett Kavanagh Emmett Fevru punte go agus Shahe Kevin Goggin Wilte get Kevin ach ni chi Wilte over hege Martin Phelan agus Erach Zoot Sarah Homa agus Tuxair the Kilkenny Shaft Nomati Emmer Mehe Deshiko and Parna Scoreoil
And this move again began by the Kilkenny half-backs. Michael Rice, PJ Delaney and Tomas Walsh are dominant at the moment, beating Murphy, O'Leary and Morgan. And really they're the launching pad for this Kilkenny attack.
Brian Dowling, Marshall Hokick na puck na Seirenuv, Ostrode will Shane Hennessy, Gortehe, a Wola Gortehe, Schnee Hogochid Vidisa, Hashem Halot Portke, Shahe Brian, Crave na Milisha Ige, Leonev Kirain. Wiltige, agus Counson could have had a just on and part the paint to the Kilkenny to get Brian Dowling.
Fine free by Brian Dowling, one of 5 indeed as Micheál mentioned earlier, St. Kieran's players that won the All-Ireland Colleges last year. He's the top scorer with 7 points.
Martin Coleman, Wiltige, amach Harish Lord the Poitke, agus Callish Dinta and son get Kieran Murphy. No. Tuxair, Evegown the Kilkenny, Robbie Dowling, Shahe Rishte, Dolan Orde and son, agus Bwilte last year, Robbie Cart Galore, agus Shane Hennessy, Tashachani Council Hogan, Cart Galore, O'Neill, PJ Delaney, Hogan Council, Wiltige, agus Wiltige Hard, agus Wiltige Crane, Pink, Ivlitsi, Martin.
Indeed, Micheál, again that half-back line for Kilkenny, most impressive so far. Michael Rice, Tomas Walsh dominating the wings, and PJ Delaney so far getting the better of Tomas O'Leary, and a fine free and a good score.
Martin, Siki as a Kelige Kilkenny, a count post, Nilige Cork, Mainomati, Emmer Mehe, agus Puxlasse, the Kilkenny. Michael Rice, Fanny Council Hogan. Cloiste here on Asia Homa, I guess definitely managed to it. So the Hoshe, Antoma Hoppa, I guess Anna Hongrucht and Devline, I guess Tepe at Kieran, Murphy, Council Hall, I guess Gumi Havroch. Well, Tashachan and Puck Devline of all cart galore.
Well, I think the referee here made a mistake because Kieran Murphy was unable to control the slither, and in fact, let's just watch this again. You see, he was trying to get it to it, and the ball just edged out over the sideline, and I felt he took a little dive there. Lucky free for Cork.
Cast the guts, Stollum good Puck Devline, a capas of a hand the Kilkenny, a Mashana Ha, Shahe, and then it will crave Aiden, Minoriga. The bar, Glishna the Peledoidi that no, Harish Wilte at him the logically, Shansana Agarmuga Cork. Marshin, David Herity, a skull, Glishna Project Chris the Gollum, didn't be Shashu, the Gimmer Plot Potke, Loha, no the Wig, but in on Nilevera, a grave the Hayden. Harakadish Litter and son, Kevin Hartnett, Winter Stackadit, Moss O'Leary, a chance Mahag Kieran Murphy finish, and Teledodig as a Tamani, Nachterstach, Schlitter, Schlauna Hewig, Winter, on Risha, Shahe Satanto Halpine, chance at hold and issue a Kieran Murphy, the hitting for the Mado, oh, give me over a Hassan and son.
Well, this was a golden opportunity for Cork, and Shane Hennessy did very well, first of all, to deprive Kieran Murphy of his shot and goal, but Cork won the possession here. Good goalkeeping here, just did enough to put off the Cork forward. Very good goalkeeping by David Herity.
Martin, Kieran Murphy agus Amy Ávarach, ach Neil Mehe, ach Eno Mediak Fos, Machter Joan Clitted, Michael Trout, agus Sinead Brian Smithy, Tarakede, ach Sarah Harish, to get PJ Delaney, Gimmer to come so Stigel Ashley, Anna Wall, and not to get Jerry O'Mahony, Jerry Tachtamach, agus, well, Callish didn't take a Jerry and Baltasy.
Well, Jerry O'Mahony is doing very well, actually, on the Kilkenny danger man, Brian Dowling, from Newtown Shandrum, young O'Mahony. This time fouling the ball, took too many steps, foul throw, and it's going to be a free, an easy free for Brian Dowling.
Martin, Deshiga Kilkenny, on the Vardna, Aviado. Wiltige Brian, Wiltige Natishagas, Printer Ellen, Ege Kilkenny.
With a free taker like Brian Dowling, Cork cannot concede easy frees like that.
Martin, Neil Corkwick, Sucker to Shees Fos, agus Ruhirash, Le Kilkenny, Gudisa. Count Moore Fada, Dwilte. Agus Tomas O'Leary, agus PJ Delaney, Cork. Kieran Murphy, Dolla Joan Clitted. Tomas Welch, Clihana Flesh, agus a Vartiantig, agus a Dwilte Stachanishige, Gudi, Michael Welch. Michael Welch, Trust on the Parke. Agus Pachta Gadassanson, ag Michael Prout. Shahe Michael Gafford. Dollarai, agus Callish Dinter, Michael Prout, Martin. Puck there the Hurpig, agus, well, is she John Gardner, a bay, Nihe, could she at Fisser Kieran Murphy, on Wantasach, when he counts a Hogan, agus Baded, Davidish and counts up with Sakurodi Shees. Martin, Kieran Murphy, an far a bhí míábharach stocha ná raid leis cúlaáil a chana bhartaíocht dianta ag David Herity agus Shahénis an slitar in a dalmhaige tí an ein seo ag lóbu Shahé agus anna cháiréis ar fad builte go híisiige agus builte go hó Martin, Chiricín cura Shachrán ag Cork Gudisa agus Ceanna Báin ag Kilkenny.
I'm intrigued by Kieran Murphy's style of free-taking. It's most unusual, and unfortunately this time for him just driving it wide, but it's interesting to watch.
Martin, Anna Chosan Dintanson ag Brian Smithy ach Teppehe agus Callish Dintage. Martin, Neil Gairi Roba le Corkig, am Holla Park Gudisa. Martin, Deshele took a hiccup, the Brian Dowling, Paraha Anna Hriner Fados na Pokana Sera, and so, Inu, Agus Shahe, when Dish Elige Counson Bultige, Bulte, Arish Bulte, Anavahege, Martin, and see you count, or Pokana Sera, for a Harsha just on, again Brian Dowling. Kieran Murphy TID in order, Buited, again Michael Welch. Wintergo, Shahe Kieran, Bulte Stakari, Tomas O'Leary, and Raisha Ruhar about us, a hot deshige, Bulte get Moss, Agus a reached. Neil Rinara le Irachti Horpi. He had a cur and clitter, chance in the bogo, a moo, Agus Galoraka Kuramu in here no live clay.
Well, that change that we expected right from the beginning has happened in the Cork half-forward line. Tomas O'Leary has moved to right half-forward, and Kieran Murphy is now at centre-forward.
Agus Shahe, Tomas O'Leary, Mohidigli Hananish, Gergi Wolagadi Satente, or Halpine. Shahe Satente, so Slogan Mura Fadaga Satente. Will take a hard against Satente. Agus will take a Mahagan, hit score against Bader in Ishkasakaro, perfect sheets.
It would seem that Cork have the potential, particularly in the full forward line, to take on the Kilkenny backs and indeed win. This was a fine point out by the sideline by Satente Halpine, who's this was really his first opportunity.
On Hiad Yesh agus Diantagus Lachtver against Satente. Vegadurach Session. Spraga the Horka, Shahud Kilkenny. Cosintoi, Cork, Jerry O'Mahony. Jerry Fawcett in a Dalov. Dishinson again, Emmett Kavanagh, Homa. Wantamach. Kevin Hartnett, Bachta Gadasaga Kevin. Schliediente Garohen. Wiltstachatsonaga, Idro, and Tabline, Agus Nicky, Podrick Holden, Dunganson, Dolomach, Harisha Devline. Marshen, Tuxer, the Podrick Holden, or Kjartskull, Wile Hale. Marshelle Kjartskullina, Kilkenny, Homa. Hoyt Popadale, Crave Canish no Hayden. Eniketoig. John Gardner a dierige stitter stop. Michael Prout a taraka stitter Fanna Talon a hatachta machta Kilkenny. Niall Doherty. Satanta dierige stop. Taraka Digadasson, Connor Phelan, Glote, a Harishtenson, Jerry O'Mahony. Stachgadi Kian O'Connor, Shahe Kian, a Tachtamach, Peladoid, Amani Crohunter. All of the Har on the dig. Kieran Murphy, in a Nahat Slatanish. Agus Kevin Hartnett, Homa, Achan Adog Shetig and Moltoid, Hashak and Schlitter of Hahabstach Atra. Hatchstach Agus, Niall Doherty, Bachta Gadassaga Niall, Michael Prout, a Markady Brian Smiddy, Fanna Talon, Ian Dolphin Keen, Ayana Vatsunuka, Sarah Gadassa, Kevin Goggin. Wiltige as a Rishachu, Niall Doherty, Schlaunahan Bautasa. Schlitter in a Dalov. Agus Dish, Ige, Kieran Murphy. Shahe Kieran. Wiltige Dassa Stachsa Huniga, Gadi Stephen O'Sullivan. Stephen, Edadalov, Eidihana Hassav. Yerach Sarahe. Wiltige Stachal Arschliege. Setente Dierge Schlitter Oil. Bachta Gadassaga, Bertin Pulid, Schliediente Garohen, Agus, Builte, Gahol, and Bautasa, Agus Atente.
Tight marking, Micheál, certainly here this afternoon by both defences, particularly Kilkenny's. Niall Doherty has done very well in the last two balls that went into Satanto Halpine, but the Cork forwards not being very creative, not creating the space up front and thus not getting the opportunities.
Well, Godisa, Brian Dowling, Kerry Keane does the hook for into Fachtaget, T. Keane of Hocken the Sarah, Count on Immert. Countson, Sarah Gadassa, Markady, Kevin Hartnett, Kevin Amachta Ruhar, Ashliga, Wiltestach, Kieran Murphy, Schlaunahe, Martian Hain, and Schlitter Fachtaget, Kieran, Oeren Zone, Winnego Kahrer, Hagimmert, Do Oeren Zone, Dar no Hoder Hof Hadale, Clef Canisha Hunte, and the Dick, Wig, Newtown Chandramora, Ach Countson, reached Mehe, and the live edition. Taharusan Diente, Peter Morgan, Emihe, Agus John O'Connor, Takahechan Poitke, the Horkwick.
Further indication, Micheál, indeed, as we've been saying about the Cork half-forward line having serious problems and Kilkenny half-back line continuing to dominate.
Shahe Willie O'Dwyer, Farana Chumasa, Hamachtastacha, Haya Stoppa and Bautasa, Agus Kevin Hartnett in a Dallam, Agus Tachta Machatson, John Gardner, John Nanalodit. Agus an Tuxer Buite ige John Gardner Agus Stocha go be hénige Hócaig Díadach Lastig dem líne cúgvéidir agus dahad Hód na Poitke aus fad Téis the Báistí fad a hitit sa hinné Shahe John Díad séireacht Corcaig a chuir an ónsaí On the Lena Lantasach, Stigger Fad, Miel avoid it. Here, Witch and Council Gama, Deshiga Michael Rice. Michael Cork Fos. Michael is a Devlina and Sun Tashin Hennessy Homa. Aha. That didn't against the Corkig about us. Here Murphy. Wollen Titter is that. Shahin Kieran and Estate. Yahan. Stitter Fog in the Yauga. Tachtamaka the Stitter all reached. Edadalon. Kilkenny Tachtamach Lehe. Kieran Murphy. The Sarsheloch. Bachtige, Hongruchten, Devline, Afdruchjaun, Stachel Schliegedi, Michael Welch. Yerach zu Zara Gadassa get Moss O'Leary, Shahessa Tente. Winteressa Tente get Moss Welch. Mehebwig Shoot, against Fachtige Shane Hennessy, Colcaharle Billy Hennessy. Wiltige Mahege. Fachta a Lord Parke agus John Gardner Trían ruhar á dhéanamh godas go dtí Kevin Hartnett agus scópaige Kevin nach smachta clutar mihibhuig Shahe Tomás O'Leary Cork na chinne PJ Delaney Fachtaige PJ gimmert anava Anna chosanta dhéanamh PJ go dísa anamirt ach se faraha ausar fad Jerry O'Mahony amach go dtí John Gardner Stachad zo na Carnoige David Herity tachtamach agus Kilkenny fefrú ávidí Iad dieige stittar húrtamach go dtí Shane Hennessy ach mihibhuatha fachtaige Fachtanson go deasaige Kieran Murphy go dtíon ina dtí John O'Connor bhuilt agus Calais agus mar sin fogsair a bheith ann de chorcaig istigh a lá slí.
Well, John O'Connor just got a tap on the head there on the helmet as he was about to take this shot, but the goalkeeper here, David Herity, just losing control. His fullback John Phelan had to come in, and also into the action came Pádraig Holden, the right corner back. But it's interesting down at the canal end that the ground is beginning to break up because of the heavy rain yesterday, making it very difficult for ball control.
Mar sin dish ige Kieran Murphy a chiad scór a háiletsa sa chluithe lechanis. Balta nach a bhí siad sa báid go Croke ginnarig for sé dó ceithir builte go háir agus thar sé trasnáin an chiad cheann ige Kieran Murphy agus bec Corcaig a súl agus a tnú le bhad níos mó ná an méid sin ó Kieran. DJ Carey an son darno agus sásta go maith go bhfuil Kilkenny chuntasig Bedisa agus Henderson an Achilles. John Gardner amach bhuiig siúd agus puck slasa tu go bhuiig ige do Kilkenny. Mar sin Shane Hennessy Col Caharle Billy Hennessy Wilte fanna talónige Kevin Goggin Sára go deasaige Kevin ach builte go Hulk agus puck slasa tu go bhuiig.
Well, we've been impressed with the Kilkenny defence, but Jerry O'Mahony at number 2 and Kevin Goggins at number 4 has been playing very, very well. And O'Mahony in the corner has cleared the last 3 balls into the danger man, Brian Dowling.
Shane Hennessy Stachel Ashley Fachtaige Shane Murphy agus Blanta Wiltonún go dtí Ternalávic Clay Calais Denton and Robbie Dowling ige Shane Murphy mar sin fogsair eile de Brian Dowling.
Correct decision here by the referee to note him. He hasn't shown him a yellow card, but it was a high challenge on Robbie Dowling.
Mar sin há dish ige Kilkenny trísh gan éon scór a chaimsiú le denomatí an scialt san na chur na cheartan is an fear go bhfuil cheiricín fachta go dtí aige an bhaid sin cúgiú ceann an séú ceann ar fad as an déantaige. Brian Dowling cheiricín ó fucking na saoire ceann ó nimmert agus sé Brian na stócha an difir is mó idir na fórna go dtí Marty.
Conceding frees so within the danger zone by the Cork defence is being punished every single time by Brian Dowling. It's something they'll have to eradicate from their game.
Tomás O'Leary a bhla an clutar isteach go dtí Kieran Murphy ach an slittar buinteacha son sáirithe agus seoithe Michael Welsh slittar in a dalamh fachta nid an leig Michael Welsh ach a dhearach sáirithe Kevin Hartnett disige builte isteach róada de Kieran Murphy ige a bhfuil well an slittar mithe óláda bertacha agus Lantamach ige PJ Delaney ach ní bhuilte róadís disige satante builte isteach ach a réis den disin ige Kieran Murphy an felladóir sáirithe ige Tomás Welsh agus Corcaig fós an únsaí apach builte isteach go dtí Kevin Hartnett chance ige Kevin agus a count an builte go maithe an chiad faointe ige Kevin Hartnett agus an dáir na líide.
The Leesiders having to work very, very hard to get scores. Certainly Kieran Murphy involved here. Good vision to see that his midfielder was available, and a fine point by Kevin Hartnett.
Slitterson bhuilte cóngracht an Dave Líne, Michael Croke Constantson nach chaime hemach Harris a Dave Líne agus puck slessa seráidach go mai beidir tu go hiúthe agus na Corcaí. Martin Phelan, and he counts a bhla. Bhuilte go glóte Martin agus sáirithe John Gardner a ríist. Anna chosanta dhéanamige a sé mór láidir tíagara. Teachtamachta sé slitar agus é febrúge Emmett Kavanagh apach. Agus seansige Kilkenny, dolir an ónsaí. Emmett Kavanagh machta sé steach a sáirithe Michael Croke agus John Gardner han moltóid chun é slitar a chahabh steach atra. Dúbal scóid go dísa ag Kilkenny an aig Corcaí agus a sete ver a bhfuil dá idansa an aig Lochgarman hí dúbal scóir díadach ag Corcaig an aig Lochgarman agus dúbal scóid ag Kilkenny agus pointe le na chuis an aig Lochgarman chomá. Dis ag Brian Dowling a chabáutasa bhfuilte roada in héim na láimh disise. Marsin rácheann sinna bhfuil curamúga Kilkenny go dísa á sé cín cura bóliagar ag Corcaig. Slittar sleánathe a dálamh agus Kevin Hartnett sleánathe bhfuiltige ach sáirithe PJ Delaney. PJ agus Kilkenny a chuir an ónsaíge Emmett Kavanagh ach tá bhuiitead ag Cian O'Connor. Bhuilte steach a cansa bhuilte go hard agus bhuilte go crín ag Brian Dowling an haimi hanún an iscirí taobh na láimh disise.
Brian Dowling's reputation being enhanced here this afternoon. Opportunist point here, but again created by good defensive work, particularly this occasion by centre half back PJ Delaney.
Calais dianta an son Eden in a day John O'Connor Foxair gnóthaige de Corcaig agus John Gardner trusfada a dhéanamh sin chuna counts a thugant ile gíardama timplé de féidir isteach an Dave Líne 8 nómatí fihead guile imire póngracht le hama bheith scór cinúnach inis beidir das na Corcaig thuach deisdóibh teachtar eiste chluhiise Elni latrach a chólach ní éanán géile in échar ed Kilkenny Niall Doherty son a bhólan clitar amach goma gydí PJ Delaney Bunta go hafach ag Kieran Murphy Kieran febrúg Niall Doherty Kieran na steach a láslí gydí Kieran Murphy na sáséalach agus pointe man an son de Corcaig an dá Kieran Murphy ag Coimert Godas.
Absolutely right, Michal. The two Kieran Murphys combining very well here. And again, it took a lot of hard work for Kieran Murphy from Aaron's own to win possession and feed Kieran Murphy from Sarsfields, but a very good score.
Marsin ní letra ach en Voidevain a láthar na huide. Anna Counson fachtige Robbie Dowling. Robbie Dowling bhuilte go maith gydí Michael Welsh ach an tríú count is dóilm churamú ag Kilkenny an so agus sin ingrecht le nómit nó Marsin de le hama. Martin Coleman bhuilte maith ag Kieran Murphy Aaron zón na sleánathe bhuaig apach agus deis ag Kilkenny dolir an ónsaí ríist Michael Rice bhuiltige ach fachtige deas ag John Gardner bhuilte steach ag Joe Emil na Carnoige Nachta Stechanson Stephen O'Sullivan Setanto Halpine ach tá John Phelan John Niradalov Eidich na Hasav agus iarach sáirithe an Counson am hema Harris a Dave Líne apach agus puck slessa a bheith gann de Kilkenny.
It's a good tactic by the Cork half back line to drive the ball over their half forward line and into the full forward line, because that's where Kilkenny are beginning just to have problems. But good defending here by Niall Doherty and John Phelan.
Marsin, Podrick Holden Steach a láslí also Léirí agus Shohei Brian Smitty Brian Smitty, Joe taobh na láimh clé Steach well Anna vertíoch dianta an son sa chúnig a Podrick Holden Gaundain séireach ach fachtige Brian Smitty Steach gydí Kevin Hartnett sleánathe bhuaig Bhuaid cinúnach ach dis fós agus na Corcaí gemachtasteach Kieran Murphy Builte isteach Joe agus builte Harris Drasnaon agus Pointe Das Fachtan agus Jan O'Connor and Tennessee.
From a Cork viewpoint, the transfer of Kieran Murphy into centre half forward and O'Leary out to the wing is beginning to pay dividends, because it was Murphy that fed John O'Connor with that point.
Martian changed the Kilkenny, tas Nogama, ha Corkig Cleach Nogama Hansa, Ashe Lahama, agus Kilkenny, Rafain Chichantusig, Boyas Lish the Pointy, Gomorwood of Will, Brian Dowling, Cookie Gudisa, Agus Anish, Big Sussegan. Agus.
This weekend, the Bank of Ireland Football Championship semi-final between Galway and Derry. Tickets from usual GAA sources, Ticketmaster and the official GAA website.
And I'll clean the bathroom every day till I leave.
Okay. Go on your golf trip.
New Flash bathroom cleans great and helps stop dirt sticking. So that time after time after time, your bathroom hardly needs cleaning. New Flash bathroom keeps on doing the hard work, so you don't have to.
I choose to believe the glass is half full and that life is to be enjoyed, not endured. So I choose essential, the passionate and the delightful. Choose happiness. I choose to say yes. Choose Capri.
All that work, all that training, and for what? Kissy lips, fancy trainer, you know you can do it. Yes! 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 You've got Lucasite Sport inside your right, and that helps the top athletes, the big coronas, to keep going 33% longer. Fact! So dig deep and say, yes, Daddy, today's my day! You!
Each day across Ireland, we move over 200,000 people, over 180,000 kilometres. And yet, in over 80 million journeys every year, we still begin each one as if it was our first. So, from start to finish, you're better off on Bus Éireann.
Yes, half-time in the minor match then. Cork have made a little bit of a comeback, but it's still Kilkenny who leads, 7 points to 5. Senior game, of course, at 3:30. Looking forward to that game now. Ger Canning, Cyril Farrell, the two match commentators. They are down pitch side. Ger Loughnane is with them as well.
Michael O'Connor, believe my good luck today. It's actually sunny here at Croke Park, but the pitch has taken a bit of a battering, as we've seen in the minor match. Cyril, well, you're our Galway expert. Have they a chance?
Oh, they have, Ger, you know, looking at them in training, they're going well some nights and they look very good, and I would think today as well they mightn't play the kind of the usual formation. I think they'll kind of shake it up a little bit. They're coming here with great expectations because like the Brahim Mike Mack, friend of Ger's here from the last few years, and there's high expectations. Okay, Kilkenny are favourites because they are the champions as such, but our boys will go tear into it.
They just love to play Tipperary in the final.
Well, that'd be the dream really, like, because Galway think they have a very good record against Tip as such, and they'd love to get in there.
Lots of great minor teams over the years. They've got great players.
Yeah, minors and under the ones that are winning titles are thereabouts every year, but like just not coming through at the other end. It can be hard to put a team together. And when you're not winning, then you're inclined to change. And like, unfortunately, that's what's happened over the last few years.
Sure, this could be quite a nervous, edgy kind of experience for Kilkenny. Oh, raging favourites, first of all, but it's 6 weeks since they last played a championship match.
It is 6 weeks, and it's a very edgy game for them. And talking to the supporters on the way in, supporters are already looking forward to playing Tip in the final. Now, that's very, very dangerous, because if you remember back last year, Galway started very well in that game, and they were only undone by 2 very bad errors. They were right in the game 10 minutes into the second half until DJ got the goal. So if Galway can play as well for the entire game as they played in the first half last year, then we'll have a real game here. And if some team can be with Kilkenny with 10 minutes to go, then Kilkenny will be in a position they haven't been for 2 years, and then you'd see how they'd react to that kind of pressure. So it's all to play for today, and Kilkenny, talking to Brian Cody and all those here, they're very nervous about this game. This is a huge game for them as well as for Galway.
Is the key basically, in a nutshell, stopping the flow of ball into that wonderful inside forward line?
Well, I mean, that's the tactic for everybody, and Wexford did that in the first 15 minutes of the Leinster final, and you saw the result. Kilkenny was struggling until they got the goal. You must stop the ball from getting in there. The Galway half-back line, like all half-back lines, it's absolutely vital they dominate today.
Okay, we'll be looking forward to that match. That's at 3:30 this afternoon. My thanks to Ger and to Cyril, of course, as well. It's 7 points to 5 in the minor match between Kilkenny and Cork. Second half of that coming up immediately after the break.
Thing only happens during the summer. Fiat Summer 2001. Great cars with great interest-free finance packages from the Fiat dealers of Ireland. Fiat Seicento with 3 years interest-free finance. Fiat Punto with 3 years interest-free finance. Don't miss the best of summer.
Dad, Mum and I thought that you'd be hungry, so we left you this sandwich.
Hellman's mayonnaise makes an ordinary sandwich taste so delicious.
This is gonna be really special.
And it's so squeezably tempting, some people can't wait to taste it.
For the taste of what the best can do. So we left you this banana. Bring out the Hellman's.
So squeezably tempting.
And bring out the best.
Right on target. Just for Men hair color targets only your grey hair. Replaces it with subtle tones, like your own natural color. All in 5 easy minutes. Right on target. Just for men. Targets only the grey.
I wear dentures. They move about. They irritate my gums. And when I eat, food gets under them.
Use C-Bond. It's not a paste, not a powder. It's soft cushion with 2 powerful adhesives holds dentures tight all day, protecting gums from irritation. Easily removed, no mess, no fuss.
It's like having my own teeth back again.
C-Bond. Gum tight hold all day.
Take on me. What? That's Take on Me. Listen.
It's more like Survivor.
You're right, it is. No. It is so Take on Me. Feel the note.
Got a tune in your head? Get the coolest ringtones on your mobile from Digifone Online.
He learned survival skills in the outback. Now, he's coming to Los Angeles to hunt a different kind of prey. Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles.
Excuse me, but just how fresh are these cabbages?
Fresh this morning, madam.
All right, I'll take 30. Oh, those are good value. I'll take 4. 4 dozen.
Mother, what are you up to?
Mrs. Conroy from the Horticultural Society's coming to dinner.
Big lady, is she?
Very influential. She could swing me a place on the committee.
Tesco's own brand fruit and vegetables are quality guaranteed. If you're not satisfied, we'll gladly replace them or refund you. No questions asked.
There. That should impress her.
I suppose that's for the pond.
Don't be silly, it's for dinner.
Tesco. Every little helps.
Welcome back again to Croke Park. It's half-time in the minor match between Kilkenny and Cork. Kilkenny leading by 7 points to 5, but as we were saying before the break, Cork have made a bit of a comeback into the match, and Tomas McCahey would be reasonably pleased with that.
Yes, they started very slowly, Michael, but they made 1 or 2 positional changes. They put Kieran Murphy as a big man, strong man in under the high ball at centre forward, and they moved Satanta into full forward as well. Now they're 2 strong men in the central positions, and when the ball is broken off of those, the likes of Kieran Murphy has run into a few balls. You had Kieran Murphy, the other full forward, when he was in his position, running off Satanta and picking up balls as well and getting a few scores out of that. At the start of the game, we were kind of dropping possession, we were losing possession, fumbling balls in key positions, and what has disappointed me is that our first time hurling has been poor. We never let the ball fly like we traditionally do in Cork, and that has been a disappointment in that first half period.
There's been a lot of changes in this team, a lot of shuffling since the game against Tip.
Yeah, it's probably a feature in most counties at the moment, Michael, which is one that I kind of would kind of question on the basis that if a guy plays a bad game, he's dropped from the panel altogether, and that's unfortunate for some players. There's some players there that played in Munster final and they're not here in the Cork selection, and that's unfortunate. But the selectors are there to do the job. You've got to play well throughout the months of the summer when it matters most, and they're still in the game. They're only 2 points down, and if they can keep going the way they did in that last 10 minutes of the first half, who knows, we could win this one yet.
The Kilkenny lads back on the field, Pete Finnerty. The one thing that we've been looking at in the context of both of the matches here is the fact that the ground is so soft, it's cutting up a lot, and it's obviously slippy as well.
It's extremely slippy, and when you see the minors slipping and falling around the place, and the seniors will be going at a faster pace, they won't be able to stop either. The pitch looks nice to look out on. They've done a good cosmetic job on it, but really I walked out there earlier on this morning now, and it's extremely wet. The sod is dead, there's no bounce in the ball, and a lot of the mistakes that the minors were making there in the first half, you couldn't really fault them because they were trying to run to a ball, they weren't getting there on time, they were missing their hand passes because they were slipping and falling, so it is extremely wet out there.
Ready to go for the second half. Back again to Marty and to Mihal.
Gurmachad Michael against Ryan Dahar had dienta tsunaga Kilkenny Martin Phelan and Mehamacha Joe Lord Podke Aharu dientaga le Shane Hennessy and Schlitter Kattishtach against Toos Kurut Lesha Tarnala Cork Gedolid in Onsei Achsarahe again Niall Doherty here at Toos Sarahe Kieran Murphy Tarna Sar Shelach and Hansiga Kieran wonderful Kieran Murphy.
Well, Cork tactically changed their full forward line. They moved Kieran Murphy to the corner, Satanto Halpine at full forward, and the plan has worked very well here. Kieran Murphy got the better of Niall Doherty, who was playing very well, and really he hit a bullet-like shot past David Herity.
Toosúntacha ag Cork leis a tarnala ach sethe Martin Phelan bhfuilteach Joe Emil na Carnoige a cosanta Cork Shane Murphy bachtaige Shane Éidir Kevin Hartnett a Aimsú a chaní bhfuil sé Counson fada róhin Kevin is stig a roibo ar a dalamh bhí tháinig leis Shane Hennessy bachta in éan le agus bhfuilteach a láslí Michael Trout agus a teachta gaudir Kevin Goggin Calmore fada Dín defaile an báid gacha Anna Chossint dianta an son again Niall Doherty Niall Diergestitter well Quintigo again Inadi John O'Connor agus Shahe Kieran Murphy an Teledóir ach builte Agdín at Hemelaga Clay.
I think the Cork plan in this second half will be to fly over the half forward line as such with long ball, and here again we look at the goal because when the ball came in to Kieran Murphy, he did very well to block Doherty's attempted clearance, and his finishing was excellent.
On tús bhí bhuathad an tarnala fachtaige Corcaigh Cadíana Kilkenny John Gardner an ascipathe an dalamhaige an tarna báta Míálra. Marsin Deschige Kilkenny on score a Choharmú. Arafwyd Chwyd sy Ciedla, Brian Dowling. Beshe Dierig Adwa sin in Ishitzos at Harnala. Schlitter Ardahige, Agus Builtige Mahige, Quinte Igrishi, Ige Brian Dowling the Kilkenny.
Brian Dowling's performance as a free taker has been most impressive. He's been consistent right from the beginning. 6th point of the match.
Agus Kukinica of Fokanasera. Martin Coleman, Direct Moss O'Leary, a Raimshu. Acha Kalish Dinte, Eget Moss, Agus Foxair Knohe, Eget Moss Welsh.
Very important for the Cork half-back line that when they win possession to give a long ball into Satanto Halpine, who's now at full forward, Kieran Murphy in the right corner and Stephen O'Sullivan still on the left.
TJ Delaney, Cowan Moore, David Fada, Agus Anna Greenwood to get Joe Emma the Carnoige, Agus Wachta good glow to get Kevin Goggin, here it's Zara. Kilkenny get Yerigi Wallashka, John Gardner attack the Machoma. Schlitter, Fos at the Dallo, with the Roheba, Wilte Machatson, Agus Sarahe, get Moss Welsh, Moss against Michael Proutley Hele, Shahet Moss, aha, Tepehe, Agus Skipper on Dallo, and Balthasa, again, Farkin Hennig, Martin Foxair, the Horpig Fuisham, Dusna Cousin Cody, Agus looking at Boyd, Martin Coleman, Wendy Huppig, John Gardner. Bwyltige Dasige, gyda Kieran Murphy, gan ein Kieran, fachtige glwtige, agus bwyltige mahage Kieran, agus y Corpig, mae pwyntach yn tysig yr eist.
Well, again, very good play by Cork, intelligent play, seeking out Kieran Murphy, who was left unmarked, and that switch into the centre-half forward position has benefited Kieran Murphy and indeed benefited Cork as well.
Marsin. It did high on the Meltzer. Chanson again Darhe. Will to get asked, will to go Hishel. Kian O'Connor, Edirik. Counson of Wallamach. Schlitter against Foxair, Kalish Dinte and Son, and Martin Phelan. Marsin, Foxair, Evegown, the Kilkenny, Agus Dish a reach to get Brian Dowling on score of Choharmú. Sha, ní leon stróid, Green, Harris at Drasnawn, tá sé anna Green at fada nú.
Again, any fouling by the Cork defence is being punished every single time by Brian Dowling. 7 points now in this match.
Martin Coleman, Tuchan Vahamacht, Moss O'Leary, agus a Cork na Fennet, Moss Welsh. And Schlitter Sunte, Deschige Kieran Murphy, Farapwyd y pwynt o Chienefini, Cwrdd a Wyle, Offach, Arna Deschige, Taca Hydyd, Tarna Balta, agus Bwynta Gadasiga gyda Kevin Hartnett, Pat Cwrdd o Hige, Dirig Brian Smeddy, ac fi'n pas y madro ord agus Arna Gish, Tuc o Hige, the Kilkenny, ond son, Cawl Moore, David Fada, Martin Coleman, Fianna Bun, Sara Hige o Michael Rice, Wantama Hige, Droglana, agus and Counson, British tack the hall over east, Martin Coleman, Fevru, agus Puck, Hugveder agus chief a hit, took a hip wig again.
Well, he has been performing quite well, dealing with these high lobbing balls. Dealt with the first one, but just took his eye off it here, but did well to recover.
Marsin, Dish, Ege, Kilkenny, and all Quinte Voin van Tussig. In Morgoine Atra, a Bahar na Huidi. Here the Dean of Gamar, Kilkenny, Osna Pokana Sera, Gudisa, Balthasa, PJ Delaney, Count Fachta Hanage, and Weishentar the Count, Wiltiga Holland, Ege, Agus Harashe Drasnawn.
Second point of the match for centre half back PJ Delaney. He continues to influence this game from play, and he's also playing a major role in terms of the free taking.
John Considine and son, Banishtuit, Horkui, agus Nicky Cashin, Eda Deville, Banishtuit, Kilkenny, Nicky Darno, a Yemis, Le Portloidge, Schneer the Banishtuit, Ha Yahan Klekele, and Sohinu, agus Nicky Homa, a Mooney, it lost the Kiroin. Michael Prout to Cousin Guma, Wiltistach Lars League, John Gardner. John Gardner, Calmore Father, Gideon Deville, Bachta Glutit and Kieran Murphy, Farana Hightshare, Hawaii Coolele, on the ball against David Herity. David attacked the basket chair, and Manchanish, Gideon Niall Doherty, Quantagamahaga, Wilta Apahaga, Kevin Hart, the Stackedy, Kieran Murphy, Aaron Zone, the Joe on the Carno Garaged, Agus Dishinson, Sahuniga, Stephen O'Sullivan, Wilta Gideon Kieran Murphy, and Kieran Murphy and son.
Well, it all began with the long ball. The strategy to bypass the Cork half-forward line and send it into the Cork full-forward line is definitely working. A great save earlier by the goalkeeper, but when it came around to the second time, well, certainly David Herity had no chance. Great goal by Kieran Murphy.
Agus Sean O'Neill, Títach an Páirc ag Kilkenny, ach Ráchúil fachta an sa a ríis ag Kieran Murphy an baltadar nach a bhí séad sa greibh ceannis na héireann an rig, war sé Ráchúil chomá, agus chéidir faointe le na chuis an baltasan, agus seohéad sa a ríist, an na chóracha dhéanam ag chóracha bhaith gréil sa rasa, agus calaís pugsaíad gnóthaige.
Kilkenny may well decide to change the corner backs. Pádraig Holden and Niall Doherty may have to switch positions because Doherty is now being well beaten by Kieran Murphy. A very good move by Cork manager John Considine.
Mashin, hoch nómatí gile, imar mehe, agus címid Sean O'Neill, haldir a bhile, Títach an Páirc, an Multoid a Mohanson, Eamon Morris, Cintú tá Shane Hennessy, mehe an Páirc, agus Sean O'Neill, Títach an Páirc, do Kilkenny. Agus Kieran Murphy, Córlai Shachared, an Far, a Fuid, an Dáchúil, Gadisa, Dóid, agus Coolín, Leanna Chuis.
Kilkenny have also brought out Conor Phelan from corner forward out to centre half forward to try and deprive John Gardner of possession, who's beginning to dominate at centre half back.
Marshin, Kieran Murphy, agus Dishige, Fuinte Ele, ach nóthú an sodas na Corcaig, agus iad a chud níos a héachan cín. Ubashis, Gordon Clitted, agus a bóla a Clitted, Harris a drasna an Fuinte Ele, das na Corcaig.
2 goals and 3 points for Kieran Murphy. And Kilkenny have a problem, and indeed the switch that I mentioned a moment ago has now actually happened. Pádraig Holden has taken up duty at left cornerback on Kieran Murphy.
Shahet Moss O'Leary, Matt Kearney, ach Bwitirig at Moss Welsh. Direk Kilkenny a chorr yn o'n si. Puckschlasse a bheith gawn, das na Corcaig. Agus Brendan Doyle, an hiad an o ddiele, Edir yn e hwcig chan Páirc ag Kilkenny. A tír gáil a hashe a láhar na huide. Ach seo puck teflíine ag a Shane Murphy den a chearar ó Aaron Zone chud a siúd cho fadal se gluthe canis na dig wig Newton Chandramara Kieran Murphy is dachgadí Kieran na sá séalach har go bhfuil dóitrí aimse higan bei sé ceanile anna rein séarach is fad mechtastach a cha Sarachan Baltasan bert pasantóidíir Marsin Hénig a Cork óntach is fad án iad cur a hiige agus sehe Kieran slídianta ge a héin scópaige buinte go glót agus sin puinte even the Hurling.
Well, you know, Micheál, we talk about a 20-man panel and 5 substitutes, but sometimes a simple switch can make a difference, and the Cork mentors have done very well. Bringing Kieran Murphy to the corner has transformed this match. Kilkenny have problems now with Pádraig Holden unable to stop Kieran Murphy.
An rud céanna for sé gluthe canis na héireann dóthaí ceithid fachtaige seohé Sean O'Neill. Bhuilte Seán ach bhuilte go holcaige I Joe taobh na láimhe clé agus an ceathrú ceann cura seachrán ag Kilkenny agus breis agus a rúbailt na gcín go díosa ag Corcaig.
This is a great score by Kieran Murphy, but Kilkenny, who looked so impressive in the first half in terms of their full back line, now have problems.
Tomás O'Leary ach tá buite ige Tomás Welsh. Agus Tomás agus súil anna híarach meadige captain Chorcaí ó chuige captain amach Eddie Glíháin. Puck séir gnóthaithe ige TJ Delaney. Agus is cosúil go bhfuil sé níos fusa scóráileann sa hef na cosédíag ná mar háide de bhfuil an báid réipthe ábharí níos a bhó hef na canálach Anna chusan diantaige Kevin Gagan ní geirig leis slitar a chlána agus builte go deasaige Brian Dowling agus builte Hannes Drasnáin puinte bhí tastáil ó Kilkenny.
I think it's a valid point to make, Micheál, that the ground conditions are quite different at both ends. At the canal end, it's very difficult because the ground is cutting up in front of Martin Coleman's goal. That's making it difficult for the Kilkenny forwards. At the other end, well, at the Hill 16 end, it's lovely green grass, solid and dry.
Is Fearstone agus an 16 puinte mar sin héin clachtaige Brian Dowling hef na canálach san agus tucslasa bheith gandas na Corcaí Shane Murphy a thucaig an counsa. nó Kevin Hartnett. Kevin Hartnett hénig agus Brian Smitty be sé súd ógan óhin a ríis chun immert leis na minúir an bblianta chuin agus comórta sí náisiúnta fé ís mar ghornálaí buite ige Kevin Hartnett. Se hénis Edírig an bhearna a bhíadú bhfuilte fanna taobhlíine Tomás O'Leary seansaige Tomás a báltasa se het Tomás a meachtasteach bhfuilteige ach bhfuilte hef na láimhidise ige.
Well, he's a bit unfortunate because he did very well to create the space and he used the short grip on the hurley to try and make sure he wasn't being hooked, but unfortunately sent it wide.
Marsin, Tokamach, David Herity. Anna Vertlich dinte ige Michael Rice acha. Ilistete plan fósige sjohe Kevin Hartnett, desige Kevin. Skopige, stoppige dessa fachige Martin Phelan, Cork Glóte mar gin Czech sjohe Setanto Halpin, ha skopige, agus Tora Shefe score, agus Gewig. Setanto Halpin on partner Pinte.
Well, Kilkenny just seem to have lost their shape at the moment, particularly around the middle of the field, and the marking by the Kilkenny midfielders and half-forward line is very, very loose, and very good play here by Setanto Alpine, who had moved out to the midfield area to score a good point.
Marsin, Kieran Murphy, Aaron Zone, agus na Chinniv, Tomás Welsh. Wiltige siúd, trasna na parke, Bertas na Corcaí, go tacht sa clír I chéile na Cosantoirí an Baltasan, agus diste go hiicad a Brian Dowling. Wilte Joe Emil na Carnoige, pachta go glóte san air an san ige Jerry O'Mahony an na Cosantoirí.
Great defending by Jerry O'Mahony. That was a superb catch under a lot of pressure. Again, the ground conditions not suitable for either a forward or defender, but O'Mahony stood his ground.
Súli tauk cinethe ige irislitar an Baltasan agus Calais diantar puck séir táchtach gnáthe ige. Agus cíl chuinnig inis agus iad titich an dérig don giadúar sa chluthe. Marsin Dishansa ige Corke cecha. Well, Stephen O'Sullivan, níor sé tapig a róhin, Más Welsh a ríist agus teachta gáid cíl chuinnig. Mehe maach Harris a de Vlínen son Cean O'Neill, Marsin, puck slasa do Kevin Hartnett. Loch takeíochta cíl chuinnig an meisiad níos a hásta láireach nuair I bheith na sin siad I gimmert, naim siad in isigéisian dúin. Kevin Hartnett a stachgadí Kieran Murphy Aaron Zone, bhfuilte go dasgadí Setanto Halpin, Ísel, seansaige Tomás O'Leary a réisted son David Herity na bheithig.
Well, the goalkeeper was very alert here because the ball was coming in and he was aware that Tomás O'Leary just might get a touch to it, and Herity kept his eye on the ball all the way.
Marsin, Robbie Dowling tíon fáidge ágant agus Brendan Doyle a tachan fáidge na Kilkenny.
Stand in front of me! Stand in front of me!
agus an Puxton builte heb na lávi clé ceanile Cormú agus na Corcaig. Agus ahrú a dhéanamh ige Corcaig chuma a Stephen O'Sullivan a meachta Joe an taobhlíne ige Corcaig. Siad ahrú Corcaig. David Herity. Y bóla yn clytyd yma, agus ta Fergus Murphy tacathe i'r barc ige Corcaig, Fergus Murphy. Marshin yn count yn bwydystach, Mas O'Leary, stop y Shane Counts, stopping, Siahed Mas, bwyd yw marcad asig agus Kieran Murphy yn son, yn tynnu ddi, o ma, ta Kieran nysar sielach o, ar nysar sielach, agus Mas Welch a iach yn lle cheile. Schlitter ran a chongracht an Devline, emehemach, haris a Devline, pok sletse, efeg gawn de Corcaig. Schnee an taharú a dhéon Corcaig. Mar sin ahrú eile a dhéanamh ige Kilkenny tá Emmett Kavanagh imethe agus Brendan Doyle i teachtasteach. Seo he Brendan Doyle tacathe ar a báirc agus Emmett Kavanagh imethe. Seo he PJ Delaney a cosint fan a taobhlíne. Matchir de Corcaig, Shane Murphy. Lantige Shane. Ili Counson, Bwylter over hige. Michael Walsh, Fevru, Bwyltige Michael, Ishtachat Joe de Carnoige. Schlitter, Eredala. Oda Rheba. Agus, Anadog Sheetig and Montoid, van Schlitter of Hahab Ishtachatra. Let's take a man! Marshin score a tasdalio Kilkenny inish gan tachtar nachtach lochis a reist. Schlitter katistach. Agus Foxair gnohe heko. Gan ein aurus Brian Dowling Shachgin Bedisa leg deshige an tochtu kaun. Reinshu chish na kalaishin ede Connor-Phelan.
A rather silly foul really to concede because Cork backs have been doing it consistently, and Brian Dowling just comes up and taps it over the bar, and I think the referee was correct here to book Brian Smitty for that challenge.
Shin Deshinish ige Brian Dowling chrynis a nochta Boutavainelle. Nee, an son an Halish again Brian Smitty agus a corta bui fachtige de varach het sehid. Shachuin Dowling agus well gan ein darút fen spear diantigan varsenu.
8 points for Brian Dowling. It's a simple one this time, but again the Cork backs, if they're going to win this, they're going to have to make sure that they stop fouling anywhere near a Cork goalpost.
En Holovain is garúd na bhórne is begaí. Tá haf na pingine, sinna bhfuil atra. Mas Welch, well tá áard chosint fad dianta ag an ógánach sa inniu, da Kilkenny. Láiste na Ftíráin, agus carir an ónsíige. Siahéad na Corcaig, Kevin Hartnett, meachta Joan Clitted, fachtige Kevin, tras móga mór a fada anna ruhar. Wedi cwra hoga dasige, trast na páirce, Satento Halpín, Slána Hebuig. A Berta Gawn, Dinnico Brian Smitty. Siahe Brian, ar nashgari Kieran Murphy, Aaron Zone. Jessica Kieran. Cork Comáin Corfe Kieran. Agus Kilkenny cosint good train in ish. Martin Phelan and Asna Gossen Toiri. Ach, Neil Air Own and Corcaig, Ungana Olach a Yale, Michael Trout. Peladoid agus Amani. Count more father, Eddie the Free, and him the live edition.
Another tactical switch by Cork sees Satento Halpin now at centre half forward. Kieran Murphy gone out to the wing again, and Tomás O'Leary at full forward.
agus Shahid na Corcaí, nachtar in onsa I ríis, buinte stachar I Kieran Murphy an zón, fachta go deasige, dierig birte chorta, iad corragohige, agus, well, súleanna gíar fad cynne her Shahid PJ Delaney. PJ, Hel mór fada, ríisib da Kilkenny, anna gwad again Willie O'Dwyer, fat comasa, he said house and I'd walk down, and right here cool, Shahid Willie, chance a hole,
A goal worthy of winning an All-Ireland semi-final. A brilliant piece of individual skill. He took on the Cork defence. Again, it came from a long ball from PJ Delaney. Willie put his head down and decided to go for it, and really, Martin Coleman hadn't a chance of saving that. Great run here, right through the centre. Michael Prout chasing, but O'Dwyer's finish.
Finish on whenever Suchlohe fad, 3 agus anam take his Suchlohe, the forward Cosco, agus Anna Haftanir, Dientige Kilkenny get son agus Coons Bagul, Fachtige Willie O'Dwyer, Dov Shahid Willie Reish, Dishan again, Goodish Echin Keenian, the Ferige Baltasa, Martin Coleman the Tachtama, Initiative get Shield at all here, Kian Mianaha Ulta, Nisha Town Finishing is Point, Anna Cal the Reish to get Moss Welsh, it gimmer to House of Fad, the Tilly, Sean O'Neill, it's son, agus. Up there, the Kilkenny.
It's well worth watching this again. O'Dwyer, wonderful skill, and the finish really impressive. But certainly, Micheál, Kilkenny have regained their shape. The changes they've made have certainly given them their composure back, and they're in with a real chance now.
Chat sé bheits leanach chun dédig, tá sé cóharach agus deise go dulchan cín ach ní raidig an Baltason le Brian Dowling na fórna seo, well ní letar a cahab na pingine, ha siad sé bheith cóscór féithrí, ha siad cóscór a láhar na huide agus timp le háin me díag nó mar sin fach. Má well tá chéir nó tí fihid imar a mehin. Ross Welsh, loch cousin to Kilkenny, gan ein ára, Shahinish, agus Merton Harú har a fad. Kemmer ginnach Tmas Moncahy, a Willie Cleach nú án. Well, Neil, ginnach Tmas de Hopig and Clankiana, Martin Heinig, Dead Low Fos, Sean O'Neill, Mackinson, Brian Dowling, Edzo, Michael Clay, Edith Kupladish, Kuramug, Kilkenny, cousin va, Ayanov, again, cousin Toidi Hopig.
Wonderful skill here by Tomas Walsh, and if we stay with it here, you'll see him hitting the sliotar off the Croke Park surface. That's wonderful to watch. Beautiful skill.
Húgnámatí fihead Emmerich, Kieran Murphy, Gaidy Nordis a Scammel, a sliotar fócan a jaugige. Más O'Leary direct tachta Gaudy, agus Calais Dietenson, Kieran Murphy, Aaron Zone, agus an Kieran Elle, Barnas Arsheilach, a Hokig, an Topsayer. Dó Cahel Gudisa. An niana sé níos fearr ná mar gin sin balta dernach a bhí sin sa Borca Croke. Bor sé dó cehid in aig na Gailí. Deisige, dó a cúig a raimsú an sa inis. Agus níos a háchtaí fós, Corcaig a chur, twin to boin, chun cí. Dwella an clitid agus a bhil an clitid go glúte haris a drasnán, twinte an a háchtach na Corcaig.
2 goals and 5 points for Kieran Murphy. Personal tally that is really impressive. But again, Cork makes the switches. Tomas O'Leary's gone back out to the half-forward line, and Satanta O'Halpine is again at full forward.
Agus istig Reba an son, and Stipper Gwilta Panatalone, Smithy, Dierig, Martin Field in the stop, and Stipper Fos, Edadalov, Shahid Kilkenny, agus Shahid Martin Field in the end of Schliegel, 13 play. Gwiltige, Istach, agus Gwiltige Harlanige, and a Gwiltige Martin Field.
Then the Kilkenny boys are beginning to show off their repertoire of skills here. This is a great score by Martin Phelan, his first in this semi-final. Great control of the sliotar, glued to the hurling, and a great finish.
Martin, the forward net co-scored, Baltavoinelli, PJ Delaney, fat lauded, fat Comasuk. Wilte and Sunnige, Istach agus Wilte go maithige, Michael Prout, Anna Chossan Dianovige, Michael. Hénig agus Willie O'Dwyer le chéile, Will Calais Dientige Michael Prout, Willie an oes is sliotar. Dyn mach go bhfuil, dyn mach go bhfuil buile fachta go maithige, agus stólim na digaidoche go gahige moltoid in slitter stachatra. Shacht nomati fihet, 3 nomati. Fácansa anna háchtach go dó anna chinúnach don dáthir hechan cévega hechan le gailib sa chréibh ceannis. Rís de dalamh agus dul go gafar istechan na huidi. Eamon Morris ó hót cholam cile. Gimiríon pell agus amánaíocht leanna chlub. Caróg. Chréibh a minúid féblion agus fihe. Agus sóisiid, diantaige go dísa. Rís gafar istechan stóla mai den dríú báta. Siad cantistechige, Willie O'Dwyer about us up. Bachtan asglachige Willie. A Rís súla taut gige Jerry O'Mahony. Bistechan go bhfuil gimmert le Shincher Newtown Shandram. Agus John O'Connor, agus Shahe, Fergus Murphy. Chancige Fergus, bhfuiltistechige. Ian Murphy Cork, PJ Delaney, Sadar na Boyle. The cover the Kilkenny. Michael Prout agus Willie O'Dwyer. Agus Brian Smitty. Shahe, Michael Rice. To get answer Stephenson again. Michael Rice against the Dishitson again. Van Noort Park and Michael Welch. Michael Welch. Ishans Lehans and Home.
Well, he may be a midfielder, but certainly here he had an opportunity. He's moved into the full forward line, but very good defending. When we see the replay here, it was full compliments here to the Cork full back line because they kept the pressure on him. They resisted the temptation to foul him as well.
Anna Wall, Sonairige, John O'Connor, Bultamach Gascony, Fergus Murphy, Nohana the Hip, Homer Gas, Chancega Fergus, Tora Sheffield score, Bultiga, Tolan did him on the card, no again, Agus Harish and Line, well, give me over a Hanson, again Fergus Murphy, on Dehu Count, Pura, Shachron, a cup, Hukeen, a lad, Shinna will Pura, Shachron, again Kilkenny Goodisa. Agus, Ganach Nomad Falker, and so. And Grich no shit at Coast Gold, and McLeod again Boyerach, no. Here Wege Council, down Anna Hawk the High Nevin Hartley the ball and clipped it, back to get Kieran Murphy Aaron's own, Shahe Kieran, and Derek the Gubby Hudden on say PJ Delaney, oh, Cousin Toad, Agus on the Willie Built to get PJ, good in there by the handball. Agus Baltus and Brian Dowling put it off Willie, Agus Shahe Kevin Goggin, Harley Hackers and Dead House. Will to get ass to get Kevin, and Baltus up. John Phelan, Sadar na Boyle, and Long Tucker, Wiltiga John, Agus Ruhish Dachta, Willie O'Dwyer, Michael Prout did it against up, because Homer Kian O'Connor and Michael Ashtikta, Willie, well, Palace did that, Willie, well, needed a multi to go in. Count more father, in there, on board. Anna Cork initiated in the phone, the PJ, against the Irach Zarahe, Agus Butchistach Larsley, Shahed John O'Connor, John the Bullock to the Stachel Larsley, Waswell Chicolo, and Bardo, the Tachtamach, David Herity, Calmwood David, for his second, Blisha, Emmerich, Malto, and Gadisa, and Butchetti Shade, Anna Maxim Erickson, Anna Clamgado, Anna Lana, Anna Stubb, Willie O'Dwyer, Chancega Willie, Derek Schneegan of the Hen, Winter Rogadas, and Sonafa. Helen, and a Yara Cork along the way, Agus attack the Mac, the Splitter, and some the Hurling, Brian Smitty, will to get as again, Shahe Sadak to helping, and Vaishas scored a row, Kieran Murphy, last mother, Shahe Kieran Murphy, chops a hole on a hole, look at Kieran Murphy, on 3 count.
It's the move of the match, and it's surely the match-winning score. And it all began on the Cork sideline when the Cork selectors decided to move Kieran Murphy to the corner.
William Arahan and Mickey, Wiltiga Kieran Murphy, 3 Coig, I'm sure Ega Kieran Murphy, Allah score all the Hurkui, Calmwood, David Father, Achnomit Brishe, Emmerich and Mulhoid and so, Agus Common Mahasa, Erna Hurkui and so. Here, Voidivine Huntusik, Rish Anna Horuk at Fad, Michael Prout, Donovan Gatherer. Teledoidi Conte Hockers Dackedy set to Alpine and Farahug past the Kieran Murphy Agus Tuxer Anna Hawk the Fad Gnohege Chansenish Eden Winter Orafish Ege Kieran Murphy Nassar Shelach Agus Chansege Go a Shea a Heimshoe and saw a Barca Croke.
Well created by Setanto Halpine as well, but the decision to send in the long ball by the Cork half-backs in midfield into the full forward line has paid huge dividends, and possibly a place now, indeed probably a place in the All-Ireland final.
John Considine, na gividan sanna, Banistúir, Trainali Chorcaí, agus Anna Hostanish, Manga Goidish, Shahe Kieran Murphy, Alova, and Caro Painton, Colleen Ara, Fishaim Shoe, agus Ashe Dientige, goal is she, Ega Kieran Murphy, Kademar Scorani.
3 goals and 6 points this man has scored. That is some personal tally.
Sean Carter got 3 she, but here's the Gamara, agus Kilkenny, better a chance there, nach Doivach, Shahe Shane Murphy. The Cossan Toyleenish, Grana Sholton, Raptinta, against the Corky, Bridget and Sahapa, Chase the Kilkenny, and the Shelly because the Kiad Land, be the Corky, that couple of paint to oil, be the Kohana Kidavata, if had, Achna Cool, Ziki in a cup, or Kieran Murphy, and Defid, it on the phone, the match.
Well, he might have a very peculiar style of taking frees, but 3 goals and 6 points to Mus Mulcahy. What a performance that was by the Sarsfield's Kieran Murphy.
Yes, and he's been a very effective player all year for Cork, Michael, and he's been their top scorer to date. And today it was a massive contribution, and certainly the move by the selectors, I mean, the selectors must be credited on that. He was struggling a little bit in the first half period, but in at the edge of the square because it's sticky inside there and the high balls were coming in. This time he's moved into the corner, he has a lot more freedom, and he certainly finished 3 goals brilliantly to the back of the net.
The first goal, all of them were important. The last one obviously was important, Pete Finnerty, but the first goal really kind of solidified things for Cork.
Yeah, the second half had just started and Cork needed something at that stage, or the game needed something really, and it was Cork that started better, and it was Kieran in the beginning of the second half that got a cracker of a goal. He got another goal afterwards, and it was something like Roy the Rover. He batted the ball down, he jumped to his feet, he rose it up, and he stuck it again in the back of the net. It was a magnificent performance, and if anyone deserved a crack at an All-Ireland, he deserves it for his performance today.
Kilkenny got their own goal, but it just wasn't enough, although it was a fine goal. Probably the best goal they scored, apart from the winning goal for Cork, obviously.
It was a cracker of a goal as well. It was a great individual run by Willie O'Dwyer down the middle of the field. Catches a great ball here, takes off down the middle. There's only one thing in his mind at this stage, because I think there were 3 or 4 points down at this stage in the game. He took a hefty shoulder challenge, kept his balance and his composure, and stuck it in the back of the net. If a senior gets this later on, he'd be very proud of it. Got a very hefty challenge there from Jerry O'Mahony cutting across, but took his goal very well, and that brought the game to life. Kilkenny looked like stealing it at that stage. Cork kind of got stunned, but Setanta came into the game more, and he created the last goal again for O'Mahony.
Well, gentlemen, the Kilkenny senior team are now on the field, and they're ready for their big challenge against Galway this afternoon. As our panellists and analysts were saying earlier on, their supporters are very confident of success, but will they succeed? That's the big question. We're going to take a commercial break. We're back with the senior match after that.